It's time for Rowing Chat again. I'm Rebecca Caro, and this is Rowing Chat, a podcast with and for people who enjoy the sport of rowing. Today, I'm joined by Martin and Valent Sinkovic. Welcome.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank you.
Hello to everyone.
Can you introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself and your personal history in rowing?
I'm Martin Sinkovic. I started rowing in 1999, and I started to row in the, let's say, in the senior level in 2008. Till now, I have 4 World Championship golds, 1 Olympic silver, 1 World Championship bronze, and let's say a lot of World Cup golds. And I do that all with my brother, Valent. Something in the quad, something in the double.
Okay, my name is Valent. I'm brother from Martin. I started rowing in 2000, a little bit after Martin. I have the same results as Martin because we are in the same boat, and that's it for now.
Is there any history of rowing in your family before you two started?
No, with our mom and dad, no. But our older brother started rowing first before us. He saw rowing on television and he said, I want to try it. And after him, we started to rowing. So he is responsible while we row.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, our first question is from Damien from Port Adelaide Rowing Club, and he says, who is the strongest?
I'm the strongest, of course. No. Everyone has some good side. I think my better sign from Martin is that I'm physical strongest and maybe quickest. And Martin is more endurance. He has more endurance than me. So a little bit of everything.
Very good. Now over to Ireland, a question from Grania from Commercial Rowing Club in Dublin. And she asks, when did you decide that rowing a double together was the best boat for you?
Yeah, after the World Championship in Amsterdam 2014, we decided that the double will be our discipline for the 2016 Rio Olympics, because we broke the world record there. We came first by 4 seconds, and we saw that we have a lot more chance to be first in double than in the quad, so we decided to go in the double.
Which other countries were fast in a quad that made you think this?
In our time, it was Germany who was our main competition all the time, but then 2014 was Ukraine, and Great Britain was very, very fast. And I mean, we believe that we can be first in the quad too, but we believe that we can be more stable in the double. We can be like more sure in double than in the quad.
So you rely only on yourselves?
Yeah.
That's easier.
What has happened to the other 2 men from the quad?
Damir Martin is rowing the single and he is very successful. He was in final in France, so he is also a great rower, and I think he will be better in the Rio Olympics. Maybe medal, we'll see. And David tried to go to the Olympics in pair, but didn't make it, and he will try maybe something else for the next season to qualify for Rio.
Mm-hmm. Now, our next question is from Duncan in Reading in the UK, and he asks, have you ever taken a perfect stroke?
Yeah, that's a little bit impossible because we think you can't have a perfect stroke. We always try to be as near as the perfect we can, but we think that nothing is perfect, and because of that, we all the time we have the drills to get the close to perfect that we can.
So on your Facebook page, you have quite a lot of videos that you publish. I'm guessing this is your way of showing that you do a lot of drills?
Yeah, we do a lot of drills. Our coach like us to do the drills.
What's the name of your coach?
Our coach is Nikola Bralic.
And he was also a rower, yes?
Yeah, he was the rower.
A famous rower?
Not that much.
He's more famous coach than rower.
It's interesting, isn't it?
He was a good rower.
Often the people who are very good rowers do not make good coaches, and often the people who are very good coaches were not themselves very good rowers. It's clearly a different skill. Now, our next question comes from Paul from Camus Rowing Club in the north of England, and he asks, what is the most useful technical drill for a double scull?
It's difficult one technical drill that is most useful. I think we do a lot of technical drills. For us, maybe the best technical drill is for our catch, because we think that you can do a lot with your catch and you can go faster if you have a good catch. So maybe we do most drills for our catch.
Can you describe one or two of those drills? How do you do them?
It is difficult to do that just talking. I think the best is that somebody who want to see that watch our videos on the YouTube, and I think all the drills are there. Because now talking about the drill, especially with my English, it's very hard to me.
So figure it out for yourself, Paul. Sorry, you'll have to go to YouTube.
Yeah.
We've had a Twitter question in from Aparna who asks, which is more important, to get the technique right or fitness and conditioning?
Can you repeat, please? We didn't hear it.
Which is more important, rowing technique or fitness?
Rowing is very difficult sport because you have to be good in everything. So I think you have to be good in technique and fitness, both. So I think it's the same.
Fair enough.
You have to be good in everything to be successful.
Be successful. Now, Alistair from Unley High School in Australia and Adelaide has asked, can you tell us about one thing that it has taken you many years to get perfect?
Yeah, I think that that thing that we need most time of is our catch, because it's the most difficult thing to learn, and we are doing the drills for the catch from when we came to the senior level. It's for Valent in 2007, for me 2008, so it's about 6 or 7 years, and we are not perfect in that, so we are still improving in our catch. So I think that's the most difficult thing, and it's need most of the time.
Have you tried using different sculls, different oars, to make the catch better?
Yeah, we tried, but I think it's the same. You just need a little bit adjustment, but all the oars are the same. I think there's not many difference. in the oars.
So moving on to a little bit about you yourselves. John from Falcon Rowing Club in Oxford in England asks, what benefits are there to being brothers in the same sport?
Yeah, I think maybe the most is that we know each other very well, and we know what other things at some moment in rowing and outside of rowing, and therefore it's much easier to make a deal about something. You know, when we have some different opinions, it's a lot easier when we know each other. So I think that.
Yeah,
maybe Martin has something to say.
Yeah, it's because we are brothers, we can sometimes say some things, some bad things to each other, and you can easily forget to brother that when he said something, and I think that's the better, because when you say that thing, you are relieved, and then you can move on, and I think that's very good.
Yeah, so your brother forgives you where perhaps another person might not.
Yeah.
Can you remember? Can you remember the first time you went in a boat together? Were you children?
Yeah, when I started rowing in 2000, then we sometimes went in the double, rowed together, but more seriously in 2008 when Martin became senior. Then we started to row together, because in juniors we rowed with persons with our age, you know. So you know, from 2008 till now we row together every time. So.
And I'm guessing you have tried it with each one of you at stroke and bow. What's the difference?
No, really.
No, never. Valent was always the stroke.
We find the perfect combination, so.
And you never tested it the other way around. Maybe that will make the catch better.
I don't know. We are good like this, so.
The truth is, we never tested. Never. Not one training.
Another question now from John. He in Oxford. He says, does being brothers have an impact on crew selection? Because I'm guessing the National Federation chooses the crews.
Yeah, in our country, the national team is very small, and we don't have trials like some other countries. I think it has some benefit because we are brothers, and but if some of us aren't that good, like if I'm much slower than Valent, we won't row together. But if you have 3 same rowers, always will be Valent and me. That I think so in some opinion, yes, but we always want to be first. So if Valent or me is disturbing each other result, then we won't be in the same boat.
That's fair.
But I think that there is no now in Croatia there is no rower who will be better in a double than us. So
definitely.
Yeah. So sometimes it's a benefit to come from a small rowing country, not a big rowing country.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Another question from Ireland, from Gronia McNamara. She asks, being brothers, does it cause any problems? Do you fight with each other?
Yeah, sometimes we fight. That's normal, especially when you're in boat together all the time, every day, twice a day. So sometimes we fight, but as Martin said, we resolve the fight very quickly, and when we go out of the boat, everything is good. So in the boat we resolve everything, and later we are good.
You know what's the thing with the brothers? You always know he can tell you to the mother. So.
And I met your mother last night.
Yeah.
I can tell she is the boss.
Yeah.
But good thing about us that I'm so much stronger, so he can't tell anything to me. So
yeah,
I'm afraid.
He is so much more good looking, you know. You can fight on different things.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of advice, a question here from Duncan in Reading in the UK is asking, what advice do you have for teenagers who are just starting out in rowing?
Yeah, the thing is, rowing is a sport that you have to work hard, and you need to put all yourself in that sport. So you need to be good in the head and good in the body. So our main advice is to just train hard, and that you need to love the sport. So if you don't love the rowing, you can't be successful in the rowing, because it's so hard trainings that you will crash down.
Yeah, and did you think it was hard training even when you were a junior?
yeah, from the juniors, yeah. When we started to row internationally, from that we saw the training is hard, but we fell in love in rowing, and we really love train and to push our limits every day. And we just love it. Because of that, I think we are successful.
So how many hours every day do you row?
Depends of the time of the year, but now we are on a training camp, and we row maybe for 4 or 5 hours on water. We row more. We row in Zagreb now.
Mm-hmm. And on a normal training week in Zagreb, when you're also doing weight training and other fitness, how many hours a day?
It depends of the day, but normally we have 4 to 5 hours of work in one day normally. But some days, in Thursday and Sunday, we have only one training, so it's 2 hours or 2 to 3 hours. And it depends of the day, but normally, let's say about 4 to 5 hours of work.
And do you do weightlifting?
Yeah, we do 3 times a week weightlifting, and now we do a lot of biking. 3 times a week, 3 days a week, we do just biking, and we do for 150 Ks some days. So lots of endurance training.
And that's on the road up the mountain?
Yeah, of course.
So that's a great insight. Thank you into how you train. A question now from Aparna, who is in Chennai in India, from Madras Boat Club, and she asks, how do you stay motivated and consistent with your training?
Yeah, the biggest reason of staying motivated is that we are really enjoying in training, and we love to train, and we love to race. And of course, we love to winning, and because of that, we are training a lot, and we are enjoying every training session, especially if it's hard. And of course, our most beautiful experience is on the race. So we love to race, we love to train, and that is our main motivation.
So what is your longest training session on the water? This is a question from Mexico City, from Diego from Club España. What is the longest training session on the water you do?
That we ever did, or that we normally do?
That you normally do.
Now, when we are training camp, sometimes we do 30 Ks rowing, 30 K. Yeah, that's the longest.
And how long do you think it is when the training stops being effective?
It's hard to say, but I think that's the longest training that is effective.
You need to be very strong.
But you don't need to do it every day and every training. Just sometimes.
Exactly. So for you, what is the perfect length of an aerobic training session?
It's about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's for us. It's the perfect, approximately, but it depends what you are doing.
Maybe on water. When you want to do it effectively, maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours. But when we are on bike or cross-country skiing, we can do it longer.
Very interesting. And a question now from Ireland, from Dare Lynch of Clonmel, who asks, should you ever skip a workout if you feel really tired?
No, I think if you're really tired, I think the best thing is that you are going on the training, and you can try to do training, but a little bit less easier than day before or something. But for me, skipping the training is the worst thing you can do.
Maybe just when you're ill.
Yeah, of course. Or injured.
Now we're going to take a short break and have a message from our sponsor. Does your club invest in training its coaches? Many club, schools and university rowing clubs rely on volunteer coaches. Have you ever asked, why do they coach? Is it just for the love of rowing? Is it because they enjoy early mornings, organising rosters, fixing broken oars and rigging? Probably not. Help your coaches feel valued by giving them access to top-class coach education. Assist their learning, improve their skills, and demonstrate how much you value your club coaches with a Row Perfect club sponsorship. Get access to a huge resource of advice, tips, drills, exercises, lesson plans, and more with a Row Perfect club sponsorship. Designed to support clubs with a discount on all Row Perfect products for club members, this is the coaching support resource you need. Go take a look in the Row Perfect shop at the huge range of ebooks, tools, DVDs and advice guides which could be helping your coaches today. It's easy to join the Row Perfect sponsored clubs program. Navigate to rowperfect.co.uk/rowing-club-sponsorship-offer. That's Rowing Club Sponsorship Offer. And all the details are there. And there's a bonus. All clubs joining before the 31st of December 2015 will also get an awesome bundle of products free, including how to run a Learn to Row course, exercises to get your sculls off the water, and Harry Mahn's Rowing Technique DVD. Check out the Row Perfect Sponsored Clubs program today as a great investment in your coaches. Let them know you are grateful and value their investment by giving them coaching too. Now, back to Martin and Valent Sinkovic. We're really happy to have you here with us. And our next question comes from Marcus in Maidenhead in the UK. He asks, how do you get such speed through the body swing without snatching the finish?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's maybe the best that we ask that question to our coach, because he knows our technique the best. I think that we are doing a lot of drills for the end of the stroke, so maybe the drills get us there.
And do you specifically practice the body swing in those drills?
Yeah.
In every training, in the beginning of training, we do that body swing without arms, so we can warm up our body and do a little bit exercise of the finish.
And when you're doing the body swing without arms, are you trying to pull the stern of the boat out of the water?
Yeah, we try to accelerate with our body as much as possible to not disturb the stern of the boat too much.
There you go, Marcus, there's your answer.
Yeah.
Now, Beth in Bournemouth, which is in the south of the UK, asks, what is the best rowing camp venue that you have ever been to?
Yeah, the best rowing camp venue for us is Lake Perucha, where we are going every year on the final training camp before the World Championship. It's a 15K long lake, so we can do a very long session without stopping and turning. And we always have in the morning very flat water, and in the afternoon we have wavy water, so we can train on everything, and we'll really love to train there.
So was it this training that gave you the advantage in Amsterdam? Because I remember the water was quite choppy there.
Yeah, probably it is.
And so where is Lake Beruchan?
This is near a town called Sinj. It's around maybe 50 k's from town Split.
Okay,
Near the
Split.
coast of Croatia. It's in Croatia. Near Split. Split is the biggest town there. Yeah.
I think some British clubs will start thinking about having training camps there. In Britain, they very much like to go somewhere where it's warmer and there is better water for training. One of the curious things about the UK is that it has very few large lakes that are suitable for rowing. Many rivers, but not lakes.
Yeah.
Now we have a question from New Zealand, from Nathan in Union Boat Club in Christchurch. He asks, what are your blade lengths?
It's 289 centimeters.
And how much is the inboard from the handle to the bottom?
It's 88.5 inboard.
Pretty standard. That's a lot of strong men use that.
It's normal, I think.
I think you're right. FISA publishes a lot of data about the rigging that international crews use, and you find that there is very little variation.
Yeah.
Now we're moving on to a little bit of discussion about training on indoor rowing machines. How do you prepare for a 2K ergo test? Do you do 2K tests?
Yeah. Every year we have a 2K test in February, but we never prepare ourselves for that because we think, our coach thinks that the 6K test is more reliable, and he likes that more than 2K test. Because of that, we are doing that just from the training. We sit on the erg and do the test. It's nothing special. We train normally like the whole winter.
So in the winter, is it possible to row on the water, or is it frozen?
Zagreb, no, because the lake is frozen. So we don't row for about 2 months.
And that's where you do the cross-country skiing?
Yeah.
So how do you train for a 6K test?
I think it's the same. We train whole winter the same, and we just do the test. We don't prepare as much for the test. We just do it from the training because we train for the summer. So we think we don't do train for that test. We will not be quicker for the summer. So we just train normally and pull the test.
I like this approach. No fuss, no bother, just train.
Yeah.
Now we have a question from Paul from Catalunya Rowing Club, which I'm guessing is in Spain. He asks, do you think the erg is the best predictor of rowing performance?
I think it's a good indication, but if you have a good erg score, it doesn't mean that you will be fast on the water. We personally know a few cases that somebody is very fast on the erg, but on the water it's just not going like that. So it's a good indication, but you never know.
But I think now in rowing you need to have a good erg test, and you need to be fast on erg to have a great result on water. So.
And then Paul asks the next question: are you still using the Row Perfect, or are you just training in the singles on the water?
In the winter we are using Row Perfect. Every day, just do the test on the erg. But all training we are doing on Row Perfect, because we think it's more similar to water than erg. For us, is the case like that.
What is your favorite erg training?
I think we are doing a lot of times in the winter. It's the most common training on the erg. It's 8,000 meters, 5,000 meters, 3,000 meters on 22, 24, and 26 stroke per minute. So that is our most common training session in the winter.
Very clear. Now, a long time ago, a man who we both know told me that your 6K split, Martin, was 131. Have you gone faster than that now?
Yeah, I went last autumn 130.4 average, but it was on the sliders, so it wasn't on the static erg. So it's a little bit different. I think I can go faster on the sliders than on the static erg. But our coach likes to do every test on the sliders because it's better for the back. You know, it's better because you can get injured on the normal erg. So that's the Row Perfect. It's very good for that too.
And Valent, what's your best split?
It's 132.0. Also a slider.
Yeah. Cool. Moving on, we have a question from Grace Luzak, who is in Princeton in America, and she asks, can you talk us through your schedule for a typical race day? What do you do from when you wake up in the morning?
It depends when is the race, but if the race is afternoon, like on World Cups or World Champs, then when we woke up, we are going to the course and do light training, just pedaling around 8K. And then we are going back to the hotel, eat something, and then we rest. And we came back to the course maybe around 1.5 hours before the race. And we start to warm up 1 hour before the race. And we go running, and then around 35 minutes before the race, we are going on water for race.
And after the race, you warm down as well?
Yes, of course. We warm down around about 30 minutes.
So there you go, Grace. That's a typical race day for an international athlete.
Yeah.
I have a question for myself, which is, what first gave you the idea that you could be world champions?
Yeah, maybe the first time we thought about that, it was in 2009. We were in the quad in the second World Cup in Munich, and we beat Poland, who was the Olympic champion and 3 times world champion at that time. They were unbeaten for a long time, and we beat them. And we were young; we were about 20 years. So in that time, we were starting to think about that we can be world champions one day.
There is something very special, isn't there, about that ribbon with the blue and white stripes and the very small but beautiful medal.
Yeah.
And I guess you guys also have a very large framed picture that says your world record. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it. It's good to see for the motivation.
Where is it?
It's in our house.
Not in the bathroom.
The wall.
For both of you, what is it, do you think, that is in your mentality that makes you train?
I think it's the most is that we love rowing. We really love to train, love to race, and that give us to go on training and do it hard as we can. So maybe the best thing is love of sport, of rowing.
Do you find you use the same approach for other things? Like when you were in high school, did you really love studying? Did you really love music or something else as well?
I was never like to study. I was always like to just row and row and row more. But for study, no. But some other things in life, when we are doing something, for me especially, when I'm doing something physically, I can do it for a long time and I enjoy it. So, yeah, in the life, of course, rowing is teach you to do everything hard and that you want to be perfect in everything.
That's great insight. Is there one thing about you that is exceptional, that gives you the edge that nobody else has?
Oh, it's hard to say. Maybe that we love to race. Really, the race motivates us, and we are not afraid of racing. And if we can, we would love to race every day. So maybe that's the most, the better, the exceptional for us.
I think it's my haircut.
and his beard.
Yeah.
Have you ever raced so hard that you have really frightened yourself?
I think not. We always enjoy. When I have a toughest race, you are broken and everything, and you are tired. But I can say I enjoy that feeling. So I was never afraid of that. It was always enjoying in the racing and, let's say, in dying in the racing. So I love that.
Yeah, and after the race, you are really enjoying the thing that you gave your whole and you gave your 100%, and that's the best feeling for me after the race.
So that's a really good lead into the next question from Scott O'Reilly from Moorwillamba, which is in Australia. Do you think you can continue getting faster?
Yeah, definitely. Every training we do is to be faster, and I think it would be devastating to stay the same. You can't train to stay on the same level. You always have to push yourself to be faster and to train more and to train harder and to row better. So I think definitely we can go faster. and we train to be faster, especially now for the Rio.
Do you record every session, how fast you went, how far you went, all of the data?
Our coach does that. He has everything on the paper.
He writes every training on the paper and every split and how fast we were, and he has for the last 6 or 7 years every training in his notebook.
So he can tell you that compared with October last year, you are slower or faster.
Yeah,
he compares the same training last year and this year, and he compares and look how good we are now compared to the before.
So in your training day, do you spend quite a lot of time with Nicola talking about the results of the training that you've just done and what you're going to do in the next session?
He always tells us that, but we are not discussing that a long time. He always tells just you are doing good or you are doing not that good, and tomorrow will do that, but we are not discussing that a long time. It's just he said this and this, and that's all.
But he always tell us what training can we expect that week. So from the start of the week, we know every training that will be that week, so we can prepare our mind for that.
When you are racing, obviously you usually have 2 or 3 races in one regatta, heat, maybe a semi-final, a final. Do you change your race plan between one race and the next?
Not that much. Our race plan mostly in the double is to win. So it's not if we see that somebody is doing different, maybe, but normally when we do the thing that our coach said to us before the whole regatta, mostly we went first. So normally not.
We just want to do our best, and till now we think that was for the first place. If we do our best, we'll be first. We don't know how long it will be, but till now that was the case. So we concentrate on ourselves.
You like to race from the front, don't you? You like to be the first out of the start and then to lead the whole way.
Yes. That's our race plan.
And
it's easier when you can go faster than everybody else on the start. It's easier to control the race and everything when you are in front. So if you can go fast from the beginning, we think that's a good approach to the race.
It's interesting. Different athletes have very different styles, and sometimes when people take the same race plan as you, they get a long way in front by maybe 1,000 meters. And then you find as the finish line gets closer, everybody else closes the gap. And that must be a very difficult moment mentally, because presumably they have spent more energy getting to the front. And then you have a big risk that everybody will overtake you. Have you ever been in that situation?
In the double, no, we never felt like endangered of somebody, because we always have a good physical strength in the last quarter of the race, so we never felt weak on the last quarter. So no, we always felt good.
We know what is our pace, and we know we can go quick and we have a good rhythm and everything, and because of that we will go till the end hard. We will not blown up. So we know our pace, and we always, like I said, concentrate on ourselves and we know we will last till the end of the race.
So that's interesting. You say you concentrate on yourselves. When you're approaching the start, the beginning of the race, do you even look at the other crews, or are you totally in a focused bubble of your own boat?
No, we are focused on ourselves, because the start is the most difficult thing to do. It's the technically most difficult, so you need to be 100% in the boat if you want to do that perfectly. So we are never taking care of everybody else, just for ourselves, and that we need to do a perfect strokes in that time. So I think that's the best.
On the start, what is the sequence of strokes you use? Do you start at full slide or 3/4 slide?
We start with a 3/4 slide, and then we go half slide and 3/4 slide, and then we go full slide after that.
That sounds very standard. That's what I was taught.
Yeah. Everything is just standard.
I have a question that has come from Vanya Obradovic, and he asks, do you stretch before or after training, or both?
Please repeat, I didn't hear that good.
So do you stretch your muscles?
Yeah.
Training, after training, or both? And he is from Partizan Rowing Club in Novi Sad.
We are stretching after the training, but before training we have a warm-up on the ground. It's like waving the hands or something like that. So for me it's tough, not like that, but it's tough to me to say on the English, but stretching we are after.
We need a video of you doing your hand waving warm-up.
Yeah, maybe.
It's standard hand waving.
How much time do you spend stretching after training?
Usually it takes around 15 to 20 minutes. Not too much. I think that's enough. For us it is. But we do it after training, immediately when we warm.
Yeah. When
our muscles is warm, then we do stretching immediately.
Now we have a question here which is a little bit about psychology, but is about your relationship with Nicola, your coach. When you are being coached, when he is saying things to you, what helps you to hear him best and to understand what he wants you to do?
Oh, his megaphone.
That's simple.
Yeah. I think we are with him about 6 or 7 years, so now we can understand everything he said. We don't need to, let's say, translate something with easier words. When he said something, we know what he is talking about. So.
Now, a quick look into the future. Obviously, you've already committed to going to the Olympics in Rio, and you've qualified your boat. What will happen after that? Is there a life after rowing, or are you going to continue?
Oh, we will continue definitely after Rio. We are still young, and we will try to row as much as we can, as much as our body let us. But I think we can go for another cycle, Olympic cycle, maybe 2 Olympic cycles, we'll see. But definitely we'll row after the Rio.
And what's the worst injury that you've ever had?
Oh, maybe the back injury. I had some back injury and I stopped rowing for a month and a half. And I have for the past 2 years, I had a rib stress fracture.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't row for maybe 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the worst injury for me.
And for you?
For me, back pain. That is the most common injury in the rowing. So I think that is the worst thing. that's happening to me.
That's fantastic. Guys, thank you both very, very much. It's been brilliant talking to you. Can you tell the listeners where they can connect with you online? What's your website address?
We are on Facebook, Sinkovic Brothers, and we have our Instagram and Twitter.
Perfect.
So they can ask us whatever they want. We will answer it.
Fantastic. Thank you. And you have kindly given a prize for our newsletter subscribers. What's the prize?
What's the price?
You've given a t-shirt, is that right?
Oh yeah, we gave the t-shirt. Yeah, we will give the t-shirt.
Fabulous. So if you are subscribed to the Row Perfect newsletter and you are a subscriber by the end of October, you will be in for the draw to win the t-shirt from Martin and Valent Sinkovic. We welcome comments and suggestions for new episodes of Rowing Chat, or if you've got any further questions, please do so at info@rowperfect.co.uk. You can listen to past episodes at rowperfect.co.uk/rowingchat. Follow us on Twitter. We are at Row Perfect, or Facebook, Row Perfect UK. Or subscribe to our feed in iTunes, SoundCloud, or YouTube. Just search for Rowing Chat. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and share this with your club mates, which will help other rowers get more enjoyment from rowing. For more information about Row Perfect UK and its educational services for coaches, coxswains and athletes, go to rowperfect.co.uk. See you next time.